Good afternoon. This is RTBro's Trading Academy, and it is 2:52 Central Time on May 3rd, and we are going to do a market scan to see what's going on in the market and what we can take advantage of. So last night we got our weekly close on the BTC dominance chart, and as you guys see, we did break down from this weekly breaker. This was my key level I've been waiting for a long time. We have now officially closed below it. We popped the wine. We started drinking last night because I believe alt season is 100% here. So what that means is that from here to here, this is where the money is flowing out of Bitcoin and into altcoins. So lots and lots of money being moved around. And even though the weekly close just happened last night, we've already had a pretty massive movement breaking down from it because of this close. So I think the market's reacting appropriately. I think that Bitcoin altcoins are holding up really well compared to Bitcoin having some issues today and dropping. And I think this trend is going to be continuing. So if this is your first video, make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And let's dive right into it. All right. So let's go to the total 2 chart. So total 2. This is a level I've been drawing out for a while. This is the market cap of everything in the market except for Bitcoin. Okay, so you see $1.1 trillion currently in the market minus Bitcoin. So if you go to the total chart, 2.2 trillion is how much everything in the crypto market to include Bitcoin. So without and with. So since we are altcoin traders, this total 2 chart is very important for us. So the ones we're looking for are total 2 and Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is dropping down. That means money is moving from Bitcoin into altcoins, and the total 2 looks really good. Now, if we want to look at total 2 and compare it to the current Bitcoin chart, you guys can see something that's really interesting, okay? This is the Bitcoin chart. You see how it's struggling, and you see how the total 2 chart is absolutely not. That is alt season. That means that comparatively, money is moving out of Bitcoin and into alts. Alts are holding up really well, despite the fact that Bitcoin is currently starting to reject. Now, let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin real quick and see where we're at. The 4-hour close is in about 5 minutes, so just give you an idea of where we're at in the timeline. So over here, this was our major level that we got rejected off of. We broke down, so that's our point of breakdown. This was a double top level that I expected to hold us some resistance. We fell right through. So now we go into this massive 4-hour breaker level. As you can see, this is a massive breaker, and we know it's a very good breaker because it went up here, tested it for the downside, tested it, and then eventually did break up from it. So because of that, we do expect this to be a very competitive level to try to get back above again. So as you guys can see, we've gotten above it, but then we just crashed right through it. So that is very concerning right here. So this to me was the sign that we are in some trouble on Bitcoin. Now, furthermore, we do have this trend line that was established and we fell right through that. Also, we have this 4-hour 200 moving average. We fell right through that. Okay, so all of these things are very serious. Also, I forgot about this one as well. This blue channel right here is generally a corrective channel. So you would expect it to hold and bust the upside. It didn't do it. So Bitcoin was looking very weak right here. So as you guys see, we did come down. We came to this level. We continued melting down, and now we have just started to rebound. And now we are testing this 4-hour breaker. So because it was so well respected in the previous time and it took so long, look at this, it took from 14 March all the way until 9 April to finally break through. So almost an entire month. So is it expected for us to come right back into it and bust through immediately? No, it's not. Okay. So I've been laying it out for the last couple weeks that this is going to be the level that's going to be giving us the most amount of crap. So we have to be careful at this level. And as you guys can see, we have already just barely tapped it and it's already started rejecting. And this is a pretty harsh rejecting so far. So Yeah, Bitcoin does not look good, guys. Like, it does not look good. I fully expect this to be a corrective movement and at least at the bare minimum come back here and retest this level. More likely is this actually coming down here, retesting this, falling through, coming down here, coming down here. I expect some major retracement over here before maybe gathering strength to bust above here. So the point here is this is not the time to be buying. The time you want to be buying is after we clear this level, okay? If we clear this level and get above it with volume and we close above it, yeah, I think upside is absolutely in the picture. But until we do so, you have to exercise caution right now. There's just way too much resistance right above us. So we do have this 4-hour 200 moving average, and it's been respected really well in the low time frame. So as you guys can see, we fell through it with harsh conviction over here. That was a really, really bad sign. But it come up here, found some resistance, got above it, tapped it, fell back below, tapped it from the downside, and now we're back above it and we're tapping it again. So right now we're currently above the 4-hour 200 moving average, but I don't know if this is going to hold, guys. I really don't. And based upon this massive 4-hour breaker, I would expect it not to hold. So downside, I believe, is going to be happening on Bitcoin. Now, does that mean everything's going to fall? No, absolutely not, okay? I've talked about on Facebook how we have what's called a decoupling. And what that means is that even though Bitcoin started crashing, the other coins actually made massive movements. And that's what really initiated the movement from Ethereum going from $7 all the way up to like 300, and then from 300 all the way up to 1500 last bull market. So Bitcoin was going down as Ethereum and all these other coins were going up. I expect that might be happening very, very quickly. So just be aware that just because Bitcoin is going to be dropping does not necessarily mean that the altcoins are going to be dropping along with it. So just like the total 2 chart I showed you guys, the total 2 does not look bad at all. It really, really doesn't. So this is a very healthy chart. And so because it is so healthy, I'm not so convinced that even if Bitcoin does drop, that the altcoins are going to be dropping with it, which will be incredible. And it also matches what our bias is on the Bitcoin dominance chart because we are falling off of here so quickly. So, yeah, overall, we really don't know at this point, but I would assume that alts are going to show strength. Now, whether they're going to lose value on the US dollar pairing is we have to wait and see. But I do not think that they will lose value in the BTC pairing. So that's where I'm at right now on the overall state of the market. Now, individual coins like to go over. Just real quick, let's talk about some of the big ones. Doge, everyone talks about Doge, right? So yesterday at 34 cents, I actually became bullish. Why? Because we reclaimed this breaker. Once we reclaimed that breaker, I changed my bias from neutral, or 33 cents, I apologize. At 33 cents, I changed my bias from bearish to bullish, okay, once we reclaim that breaker. And on the BTC pairing, with a very similar breaker right here, once we got above this breaker right here, I changed my bias from bearish to bullish. And as you guys see, we have made some serious strides. So I would be about 25% up if I took that trade. I decided not to, simply because the ROI isn't really there in my opinion. I think it's very far extended. But either way, I do think we do have some upside in play for Doge. Let's see, Algo still underneath this massive breaker level until we get above it. We have got to play cautious. So Algo looks okay, but we have to get above this purple block. On the US dollar pairing, same thing. This 12-hour breaker is what's really causing us a lot of trouble. If you go to 12-hour, you can see it really clear. This is what is causing the resistance. And you can see how well respected it's been done. So, yeah, be careful on that right now. Other ones I want to talk about, Bitcoin Cash. I called this out last night in my live stream on Facebook, and it has done quite well since I called it last night. So we're currently up about 5% on the day. So that worked out really well. I did a stream during the weekly and daily close. So we're 5% up since whenever I called it last night. So on the BTC pairing, same thing. We are pushing up from that level. We are above it. I think we are easily going to be targeting around 0.2 or 0.02 region on the BTC pairing. I think it's very likely on this part. BNB, I also called this last night, and we are up quite a substantial amount as well on this one. BNB is up 8% since last night. As you guys can see, like we came back in, we retested this level. That's the BTC pairing, right? Yeah. Let's go to the US dollar pairing. There we are. Okay, so the reason why, very, very clean market structure. This is the close of the massive impulse up. This is the close. As you can see, it came back down, it retested it, but did not actually close above it, came back down, and we finally got our first close last night. And after we got that first close above, I said, all right, guys, off of the races. And sure enough, we have. So, yeah, very clean retest here. So went above, came back down, retested, now we're continuing up. Pretty textbook, and it's working out the way we expected it to. Coin comp still looks good. Let's go to a lower time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. Still looks okay. It's just basically hovering around right now. I do expect it to come back and make some sort of a retracement, just because it is so bullish. It has already made so many movements that it's expected to come back and retest a little bit. So ENJ is sort of just struggling. We're ranging between these ranges right now. Pick a direction, either go up or down. We really don't know right now. My assumption, because the market is so bullish, we will continue up. But until we get a direction really chosen, we have to be patient. So yeah, ENJ. Obviously, a lot of stuff in here. I've went on previous videos on what all this means. Essentially, the darker purple it is, the more resistances or support that this level is. So you can see this right here has a massive amount of resistance. This down here is a massive amount of support. So it's not unreasonable to come back here and hit this, then continue back up, or come back up, hit this, then continue back down. Both are likely. I did draw this line last night as a possible trend line. We are currently testing it right now. So if you did want to throw out some just a stink bid, right now is probably the right time. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's go back to US dollar pairing. H-bar, actually let's do this, Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum looks really, really good right now, guys. The volume is finally starting to pick up. It's been a while, but the volume is finally here. And because of the volume is picked up, we also are now invalidating some of these bearish divergences that have appeared on this chart. So like this was a bearish divergence, but we've actually reclaimed it. So this bearish divergence is now invalidated. We can get rid of it. It's gone, guys. We don't have to worry about it no more. So we do have a bearish divergence right now on this level from here down to here, but that's all we've got. This is a very strong impulse move up, so this is very healthy looking. And on the lower time frame, we are starting to get some volume, which is fantastic. So Ethereum looks great. It really does. I don't know exactly how far we're going to get up to on this push. It's not, we are pretty extended right now, so it's not unreasonable to come back down and make another retest or try to just test another support level. But as of right now, it looks healthy. We have the volume, the RSI looks good. We're in price discovery, so when you're in price discovery, you want to start selling off when you are showing weakness. Right now, there's no sign of weakness, so hold. Just get ready, guys. Like, we'll be on our toes for it. Hopefully we catch close to the top. Let's go to the BTC pairing. I know we do have a very clear level we're looking for. Oh, wrong one. Oh, we are currently inside of it. Okay. Why are we rejecting, right? That's the question. Why are we currently rejecting right here? Well, because if you go back, you guys can see, what level is this? I think it's a weekly, actually. Oop, not a monthly. I think it's a weekly. There it is. Okay. This right here is a massive weekly breaker, and right now we are testing that weekly breaker. So where do you want to start selling off some Ethereum? Right where we're at right now, guys. Like, this is why it's rejecting, because on the BTC pairing, this is a major resistance level. So yeah, okay, that's exactly why we're falling back. So on the US dollar pairing, it doesn't have any clear reason as to why we're rejecting. There's nothing on here showing why we should be rejecting. The BTC pairing is the reason as to why we're rejecting on the US dollar pairing. So yeah, this is a perfect time to start taking some profits if you want. Not the time to be adding. So before you add to Ethereum, you need to see one of two things happen. Okay, one of two things happen. You want to see This, you want to see Ethereum come up here, get above this level, retest. This is where you want to re-add. When it comes back up here for a retest, that's the good buy. Or wait for a rejection and then come in for a solid retracement. Like a good retracement level on the 4 hour would be right there. That's a solid level. I do like that breaker. It also coincides with this block over here. If we go to a daily, we might be able to find something better. This entire block would be a solid retracement. Maybe a 12 hour? No, nothing there. 6 hour? Nothing there. Okay, so those are the two levels. So this entire block right here would be our solid retracement level. So you wait to buy back in over here, or you wait until it gets above here and retest this level. Right now is a horrible, horrible, horrible time to be getting into Ethereum. So be patient with that, all right? But yeah, I do expect some sort of a serious resistance. And this is a weekly level on this breaker. This is a weekly level. That means it is not reclaimed until daily close on Sunday. So 6 days and 4 hours until this is officially reclaimed. No matter what happens up here, it is not, or down here, it is not reclaimed until we get a weekly close above this level. Yeah, very important though. So that's really good. I'm glad to see that. Let's see what else we got on here. That's Ethereum, HBAR, Link, Litecoin. Let's look at Litecoin. I know it made some good movements today. So I have a lot to say about this, but Litecoin did not get the close we were looking for on the weekly. So this weekly breaker has not been reclaimed yet. Even though we are trading way above it right now, we did not close above this breaker. So despite the fact that this looks really good, you have to be cautious because we have not gotten to close by that weekly breaker. But this is a 4 hour, remember correctly? I think it was a 4 hour. It's a daily. I can't remember which level it was. I do not remember what it was. Hourly? No. What level was this? 2 hour maybe? I don't think that's it. Doesn't make much sense. So this is providing quite a bit of, is obviously being interacted with, but I don't remember exactly which level it was. The point is that we have now gotten a 4 hour close above this support zone. Okay, so or resistance. Now that we are above that resistance, now this has officially become support. So if it comes back down here and retest this, this would be a solid buy area. Okay, so if it comes back down here, it's a solid buy. And our next level we're targeting would be up here. Why? Because we have this very clear 4 hour breaker right there. If we get above there, we will be in price discovery mode, and I fully expect Litecoin to continue up and make some serious movements. So that's all we have left on this chart. Now on the BTC pairing, let me show you guys this real quick. Let's go to the 3-day chart. This is a 3-day falling wedge that has been happening on the last year. This is an entire year of just falling wedge. Well, if you're familiar with technical analysis, you know this is a very bullish pattern, right? So it's come down, it's come down, it's put down, and it's finally broken above. And not just broken above, but we also came back in for a pretty dang clean retest of this trend line. And now we have broken to the upside. So yeah, that's a very, very bullish pattern. So because of that, this does not look bad. And actually, I didn't even notice this yet to just now, but in 3 hours and 48 minutes, we will have a 3-day close. If we 3-day close above this level right here, then that would be the highest close we've gotten since January or December of last year. So it's a pretty damn good bullish sign. So Ethereum's looking pretty good, guys. Or not Ethereum, Litecoin is looking pretty good. It has a lot of potential. We did not get that weekly breaker, close, which is a little bit concerning to me because that is a show of weakness. That being said, I think it still looks pretty damn healthy, honestly. I did do a full breakdown on Litecoin on the YouTube channel, so make sure to look around and find that video. And I did a full breakdown on Litecoin from the very top all the way down to the bottom. So make sure to check that out. Let's see. Other ones I want to go over. OMG is starting to pop off a little bit. Really haven't done that too much with this one, but I've been in this one for a while. I like the structure of it overall, but it's more of a laggard. So it's just slowly rising. Nothing insane, but it has a parabolic structure to it, which I really, really like. So let me see if I can draw that out for y'all real quick. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, here we go. So over here, you guys see this structure is just absolutely gorgeous. So there you go, like something like that, right? It's a very clear parabolic movement, which is just absolutely gorgeous. There we go. Cool. So yeah, parabolic movement. So you would expect it to follow something along that line. We don't really know how high it's going to go. I just think that the structure looks really nice and it's starting to react appropriately. So the BTC parent, if I remember correctly, is also looking pretty good. Look at it real quick. OMG. OMG BTC. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is the OMG chart, okay? Very, very clean rounded bottom pattern. You see that? Very clean rounded bottom pattern. Okay, so you guys can see the amount of potential. So for instance, if we go over here to the price, like from here to the all-time, we're looking at 2,500% on the BTC pairing. Now that's if it reaches the all-time high again, which some of these coins absolutely have reached and surpassed their all-time high. XLM is starting to bounce a little bit. Let's see ENJ, for instance. Okay, all-time high. Obviously, it's just completely destroyed it. Link completely destroyed its all-time high right there, right? Obviously, it's retraced recently, but it did come back and could just absolutely want to roll. So a lot of these coins, you can see, like in the entire market, you guys can see how incredibly low these coins are. There is a lot of potential here to really make a lot of movements. So, yep, so I do like that. Let's see. That's OMG. I'm not going to go over that. That's really the ones I really want to go over today, guys. So everything looks pretty healthy. I do expect some downside movement from Bitcoin, but I really expect the rest of the alt market to hold up pretty well. We may have a decrease in US dollar value, but I do not expect a decrease in Bitcoin value. So Bitcoin will fall faster and harsher than the altcoins. That's my expectation. The US dollar value of your portfolio might drop, but the actual BTC value should not. That's my overall assessment of the market right now. Well, if you guys have any questions, like always, put it in the comments. Outside of that, appreciate you guys' support. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Have a good day, guys.